What's poppin', y'all? Ray J has been on a run. He's been on a media run lately. And not a media run, press run like 6ix9ine, but we've been seeing him pop up, and he's somebody that's on the cutting edge consistently when it comes to entertainment, and streaming is no different. But he decided to call out the Capaholics, which is DDG's group with his brother, this guy Baby Rich, also Deshae Frost, and in regards to Blueface. So the tie between Blueface, actually, let me play you guys the clip first when he calls them out, and then we're going to talk about Ray J's ties to Blueface.
Why is Deshae Frost with Blueface? I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm on some political shit, bro, but I'm taking my time to speak on this shit, bro. Y'all streaming, stop being so goddamn thirsty. Thirsty streaming, bro. I just think the Capaholics is like at an all-time low on how they stream, and they're like their morals and values, bro. Yeah, their morals and values. Let Blueface chill and stream with niggas from the West, bro, and let that live. I just seen online with Deshae laughing with Blueface, bro. Cut it out. You and all y'all Capaholics except for DDG's brother. That's my
So Ray J, he is I believe he's blood affiliated. I don't know if he reps it hard, but Ray J's in business, done business a lot with Wack 100. I don't know if Wack 100 still officially manages him. And Wack also manages Blueface, who's Crip. Yeah, he's Crip in Schoolyard. I think that's what it's called. And then these guys are all tight, apparently. That's not always the case because like a Krishan, for example, she was close with Blueface, and Wack 100 does not mess with her. He tried to be polite with her for a long time, and then things just ended up fizzling out. But he's calling out these guys, Deshae Frost, and one thing that's odd that surprised me is how tight Ray J is with DDG's brother. So he was talking about like, yo, everybody in that house, what are y'all doing? Let him. And the one thing that I gotta say to Ray J or ask is, who from the West Coast is Blueface gonna stream with? If we think about it, who is a top streamer from the West Coast that's going to get Blueface distributed onto everyone's feed? And keep in mind, the release for this worked well. And we're going to get into that because DDG would catch shots as well. And this one is what really shocked me coming from Ray J.
Doing it. Deshae, you don't know Blueface. DDG, I ain't never seen you 3 years ago when Blueface was out and we was all chilling and we was doing our and we was rolling. I ain't never seen you. Where y'all niggas coming from? What? I haven't. With Blueface? Which one? Bro, I don't give a fuck. I never heard that song, bro. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I ain't never seen DDG in Calabasas. Have you? No. Have you seen him? No. I live in Calabasas. Brandy live in Calabasas. My mama live in Calabasas. He was in Porter Ranch at our house around where we stay. Okay. I ain't never seen him in Calabasas. My mama and my sister been staying in Calabasas for 25 years. Stop playing with me.
This is where we got to stop it. Come on now. If anybody, Blueface did his first stream out with DDG. And if anything, DDG is the most locked in with Blueface. He's talking about we ain't never seen DDG with Blueface 3 years ago. Oh, we've been seeing DDG with Blueface for like 4+ years. They've been tight for forever. If you guys even remember during Aiden Ross's prime, and then even the person in the car with Ray J, he's talking about, what you mean? They had a song together, Moonwalking in Calabasas. He got him on the remix. He got Blueface on the remix. And that turned them both up a lot. And he was like, oh, man, I ain't never heard that song. So I think this is a bit of Ray J trolling. Or he probably did hear the song, but him going in on DDG. And keep in mind also, Blueface was saying DDG was putting money on his books and he was taking care of him back in after Moonwalking to Calabasas blows up. I think that was it was an equivalent exchange for both of those guys. But when it came to the streaming industry, DDG brought in Blueface. If you guys remember, Aiden Ross, when he was going on that crazy run, DDG was there with Blueface. And DDG brought Blueface on, and Blueface kind of thought it was lame and whack. Now he's hopping on people's streams like Neon and things like that. But at that time, DDG was the guy that linked it up, because DDG was a content guy. He came up as a YouTuber, and also he saw that Aiden Ross was one of the people that watched him, so he tapped in with him. And DDG was one of the most beloved rappers, guests on Aiden Ross's stream during his prime. Aiden Ross's audience loved DDG because DDG would defend Aiden. He would give Aiden kind of not only props, but he would also give him like tips on how to conduct himself so he could get a little bit more respect if that's what he wanted from his guests. He also organized the stream with Krishan and Blueface because they came on after that, and that ended up being a massive disaster, one of the worst streams ever. So DDG was doing a lot for Blueface in this realm, and then when Blueface gets locked up, he's shown him support, and then when he comes out, first day out with DDG's a top streamer at this point, and that was a huge look for Blueface as well. But this is the thing too that I don't know if Ray J is considering, because DDG, we cannot, Deshae Frost, I don't have anything to say really. Deshae Frost and DDG, I don't know, but I don't think they did an individual stream together. He just happened to be in the house, Blueface that is, and Deshae Frost was also streaming. He wasn't sitting there, not from what I saw, not any clips of what I saw, with Deshae Frost, only interacting with Deshae Frost. Deshae Frost just lives in the crib that DDG's also in. So that's where you get that type of situation. But with DDG and Blueface, these guys are recording music. And in the midst of all of this, Blueface is benefiting from the distribution of his face everywhere and everyone knowing that he got out of being locked up. And then Blueface drops music a couple of days ago. He dropped a music video that's doing very well. Listen, we don't know what the views are looking like really, because yeah, I believe there's some juicing going on with the views. Let's be real here. You're telling me that song, Baby Girl by Blueface, has 53,000 streams on Spotify after 3 days, in comparison to the music video, which has 2.4 million views. Come on, man. And I mean, it's number 2 on music trending, but this does not add up to me. That is a disparity. That is just a crazy level of a disparity from streams on audio, especially audio platform like Spotify, one of the main platforms, to come on, man. Like YouTube, 2.4 million in 7 days. If you're doing numbers like that, you're getting at least 100,000 streams on Spotify. But granted, it only came out on Spotify on the 14th, and it had been out on YouTube since the 9th, so it came out 5 days later. It didn't drop at the same time. So, hey, listen, there's a possibility that this is real views, but I don't know. There's even when everything adds up, and Blueface is more of a visual artist in terms of people recognize Blueface's face on YouTube. They've seen him with content creators and stuff like that, so they're likely to click on something. And then Ray J, he would also go off on the business side of things when it comes to Blueface hopping on these streams, and I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Y'all not gonna exploit and do that to niggas from the West Coast like that, bro. Y'all need to calm down before it becomes an issue in a way where it's like, yo, we want to make sure the homie Blueface getting 50 to 75% off all y'all streams that he was on. Is that the deals y'all doing with Blueface? So when y'all streaming, he's getting 30 to 40% of the stream revenue, stream ads, the CPM numbers, whether it's 5 o'clock in the morning or whether y'all running reruns. Don't do that, bro. Stop playing with me and stop playing with Blueface. Stop streaming with Blueface unless y'all got 100 bands, bro. Y'all like this, let that live, bro. Let him get his own ads, let him get his own CPM dollars on his own Twitch. It seems like y'all just trying to squeeze the nigga for all y'all is wieners, bro. Bro. Wiener schnitzels. And I'm not playing. Stop doing it before I call the mafia and before I call everybody I know to get in on this. I'm signed to Kai. Remember that.
I think this is a fair take, and we're going to start seeing more of this. And Ray J is somebody that is streaming himself, so he sees the money coming in and he sees what type of money is coming in, so he can extrapolate, okay, if Blueface hops on this person's stream and their views are significantly higher, Blueface is bringing this much value, he should be getting paid this much, right? And now it breaks down in the dashboard to where it's like, okay, this is how much this specific stream made. But with the money type of breakdown, it's not like DDG was trying to hold Blueface back from streaming. Like, I'll play you guys this clip right now where he encouraged Blueface to do his own stream.
Civilization, good Samaritan things, brother. Make some money. No.
Good to me, man. Yeah. Might have make me a Twitch.
Make you a Twitch. Pull up to the Cap House. Yeah, pull up to the Cap House. We got a content creator. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. It's sending beats like a right now.
Type of content y'all finna?
Like we doing like, you know, like regular stream.
Oh, okay.
But it's like my brother in there, like.
I'm doing it with the girls or it's no?
Yeah.
Okay.
And DDG is one of those people that is not greedy. Like, yeah, sure, he is ambitious. He wants more money, but he will not sabotage another person's bag just to keep them on his own stream. Like, yo, I just want this person as a guest. I don't want them making their own money. He's set so many people up on Twitch. I mean, he helped set India Love up on Twitch. He helped set up Wendy Ortiz on Twitch, who's killing it, and he has not spoken ill of her since. He could have just kept having her as a guest, but he told her to start streaming herself, and now she's making more money than she's ever seen in her entire life. So DDG is not the type that's going to be like, nah, Blueface, just stay on my stream. And Blueface also talked about, like, yo, he might hop on the Twitch, but also he saw that the streaming thing, like, what's the longevity in it? And he doesn't want to behave too much like a clown, I guess, because he does say, like, yo, I've done clown stuff in the past on stream just as an entertainer. And Blueface is, I've given criticism of that side of Blueface, where it's like, hey, he's been on reality shows that make them look far worse than anything that we've seen on stream. And like DDG is a good example of some guy that can rap and still be chill on stream. But I do think Blueface is maybe a little bit crazier than DDG when it comes to the content he's willing to make, or like what he's willing to get into with other people. Although it does seem like he's calmed down a little bit, but maybe he just hasn't gotten the mega dose of clout and success from being free again that's going to impair his judgment after having spent so much time locked up. I think right now he's still appreciative that he's out here in the free world with the rest of us. But yeah, I don't know why Ray J's going crazy on him. I do think it is a little bit of trolling, like I said, where he's like, yo, I'm with the Mafia. And the Mafia is talking about his Kai Cenat's like fan base. They're called the Mafia, Mafia-thon and all that. He'd be like, yo, we gonna make sure to get Blueface right. But I think streaming is gonna suck a lot more when the cat's almost completely out of the bag now, but it's not for everybody. And once it gets to a point where like, hey, if this person's viewership is doubling when this guest is on their stream, the guests are going to start asking for money, and now you're going to start trying to break down the revenue from streams with guests, and it's going to, in my belief, just shake up the market a little bit, kind of like when Vlad started paying people for interviews. People started expecting to get paid for interviews, and it makes sense if you think about it, if some person's bringing like great content. But if someone's just being interviewed about their story, it's almost like if you can get it first or second, because if someone's telling the same story the 10th time and there's already 10 other interviews about it, it's unlikely for them to be able to demand the same amount of bread. And that's caused a big change in the interview market, where it just used to be like, hey, you could get these interviews and the profit margins were higher for the individual because they didn't have to pay the guests. And now there's a lot more calculations that go into it. And we did see content change because of that with like recurring guests and things like that with Vlad, who's been at the forefront of that. But I don't want to get too much into like that type of a conversation and bore you guys. Let me know what y'all thought about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.